What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. This one is going to concentrate more on my baits and rigs for when we go to France in a couple of months. I'm due to go to Lac de Velledon in southern France in November. And the reason I started my channel and the reason I started doing these videos is because I found very little information, or usable information if you like, one on the lake, two on preparing and planning a trip to France, and that is why I've started doing these videos. There's lots more to come, covering pretty much all the bases. Everything that you see in this fishing heaven here is all brand new, so I'll be doing lots of reviews and lots of videos regarding the kit that I'm buying, and hopefully that'll help you in choosing what you take to France with you. So I mean, looking at bait and what you take to France will depend very much on the lake, time of year, etc. you're going. Again, I'm sort of going in blind because there's very little information on Velledon. There's several videos on YouTube, however most are foreign videos, and you generally don't get a gist of what's going on. The ones that aren't are just videos of stills with music playing behind, which isn't very helpful when you're trying to work out what bait approach to take on the lake. As I say, I'm going in November, so although it's south of France, I'm probably still not expecting it to be massively warm. So for that reason I've got about 35-40 kilos of bait. The chances of me using even half of that are probably quite slim, because I mean I'm going to make a mix with boilies, which I will show in another video nearer the time so it doesn't sort of go to waste. But my two main baits are going to be Mainline's Essential Sail and the Link. Yet to try the Link. I have got all the gear, the balanced wafters and the fluoro pop-ups and the toppers and the dips, so I've got pretty much every base covered. Again, trying to find sort of ways to go about the baiting approach when I go, it's just impossible. There's no solid information. Armfield Angling, who I've booked through, they've typical estate agents, travel agents, they've sort of given me a few pointers, but they haven't given me real solid information that you're going to use this, you're going to catch, do this, you're going to catch. So it is a lot of trial and error. I'm going to take a lot of what I use in the UK and just basically apply it on a bigger scale. The lake itself is 110 acres, there's about 1,000 fish in there, from high doubles I think to 70 odd pound. So the only thing I'm going to change is my hook size. Instead of using a 6, I'm going to go for a 4. But that doesn't necessarily mean all my rigs are going to be size 4. Again, I just scaled up slightly because of the size of the fish in the lake. The other thing I've noticed, or I found out, is that since 2017 Lac de Velledon has been boilie only. However, I did ask Paul from Armfield Angling if sweet corn would be okay, and he said to me that sweet corn's absolutely fine, just no seeds or nuts. So I think that might be an edge there, because I think when an angler hears no particles, they instantly just go to boilie only approach, whereas sweet corn might not get seen that much in the lake. It might be that edge that I need when we're there. So going on to the baits, you can see behind me I've got a lot here. I mean, this is only a small selection of the baits that I've got. I've got shelves up here full of goos. I generally have every flavour of goo going, including the new sherbet, which you've got to get hold of. It's absolutely amazing. I love the smell of it. It's brilliant. But I mean, my main two baits are going to be the Essential Sails. These are the new corkball wafters. They look amazing, they smell amazing. So it's always been one of my favourite baits, is Essential Sail. So well worth a go. And what I've done with that is I've mixed that with the goos. I've tried various different goos, different cocktails. That is a cut in half Essential Sail, straight out the pot, not been dipped, not been gooed, you know, it's bright yellow. This is Essential Cell that's been soaking for about 2-3 weeks now in the spicy squid goo, and as you can see, that's starting to really penetrate the inners of the boilie, and I mean it's really affected the smell. I've sort of been playing around with various cocktails with the goo. I think a lot of people just think, oh, I'm going to use pineapple with pineapple, you know, match the hatch type stuff. These are banoffees, and they have been soaking in the buttercorn goo. They do actually smell like popcorn now. It's really weird, it's hard to explain. I mean, the various goos you use, they all do different sort of things with the baits themselves. This is one of my favourite. It's pineapple and tutti frutti mainline pop-ups, and in there I've pretty much added, you know, every fruit goo you can think of. There's sherbet, there's coconut, there's pineapple, there's manganana, there's I think there's even almond in there. It's quite a mix, and it really does something with the baits. So don't be scared to just sort of chuck in sort of a couple of different goos, because they all do different things, they all give off different attraction signals, so, you know, well worth a go. As I say, the link, I'm not quite sure what to make of them yet, but yeah, if you haven't already got some, get some, give them a go. These and Essential Cell are going to be the two baits. I have got a fruity sort of backup, you know, pineapple and tutti frutti from Mainline, just for, you know, you can use up to 4 rods, so I've got plenty of options. But again, I think it depends on the day when we get there, what the weather's doing, and where the fish are. The problem with Velodon is you have to pre-book your swims. I'm on number peg 2, which is down the dam wall end, deeper water, so I'm hoping that should be the place to be, especially in, you know, beginning of November. Rig wise, quite simple. This is just a straightforward multi-rig. It goes straight through to a hair, size 4 curved shank hook. That is a 20mm IB bottom bait and a link topper. So there's nothing spectacularly moderate or, you know, difficult with my rigs. They're all straightforward. I mean, that's a IQ2 stiff boom onto a Ronnie spinner rig. You know, so I mean, that's going to be one of my go-to rigs. It's one that's always done well for me. And then there's the simple D-rig. So I mean, this is what I mean. There's nothing complicated in the rigs at all. You know, that's 15 £, semi-stiff, and it's just got a bit of putty there just to counterbalance the pop-up. I mean, I can use that with pop-ups, bottom baits, and wafters. So I mean, these are all fairly universal rigs, and can be sort of applied in pretty much every situation. Most of my rigs tend to be D-rigs or hinged rigs, or anything that I can use on, you know, very different situations. I tend to have a lot ready to go, just generally because it saves time on the bank. Going back to the bait, as I say, I will do a video soon, which is going to show sort of the mix and how I'm going to keep them fresh for the week when I'm over there. But as I say, I've got all the, you know, components to make a really special mix. I mean, there's the bag and stick mix. This will generally go in with the boilies. I've got various sizes plus some crumb. I'll sprinkle some of that in, along with probably a whole bottle of stick mix, and it basically coats all the boilies in like a crumb, and it really does break down well and gives us plenty of signals. The other thing is you've got the matching response pellet, well worth having. I've always been a big fan of trout pellet, and I've always bought it in bulk in sort of real high oil content. But then seeing sort of some underwater footage I've done recently, how the response pellets and these other pellets do break down, I've slowly started to go more towards the dedicated, you know, breakdown or response pellets that go with the baits. It's not for everyone. I mean I've still got plenty of trout pellet and I will still use it in solid bags and things, but I've just found that now, you know, having the full range, pellets, you know, stick mixes, pop-ups, etc. I just think I'll try to match the hatch as much as possible and keep pretty much all the same basically. As I say, I mean, I will be going through a lot more as we get closer to the trip, going through sort of the gear, getting it all out, showing you bits and bobs. As I say, when it comes to tying rigs, I generally don't do it as much as I should, simply because, you know, when I get to the lake and with my limited time for fishing these days, I generally just want to stick a bait on, you know, and flick it out. So I have started buying the Korda ready tied rigs, generally because Korda, the rigs that you buy from Korda, like, you know, the IQDs and the D rigs, the hinge stiff rigs, they're all pretty much what I tie anyway. So although you're paying a bit more, by the time you've taken into account, you know, how many rigs you'd use on a session and that, it doesn't actually cost me much more, if any more, to use ready tied. It's not so much I want the confidence in a, you know, a pre-tied rig, because, you know, I have no concerns with my rigs at all. It is literally just that, alright, you might be paying a little bit more, but it's the, I don't know, the convenience of just being able to turn up, chuck a rig out, you're done. There's no worrying about, you know, tying rigs when you get to a session. So yeah, so basically what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a few stills in, and sort of show you some of the stuff that I've got and what I'm going to be taking. As I say, make sure you subscribe, because over the coming weeks there's going to be a lot more videos showing the bait boat that we're going to be taking out, as well as loads and loads more. The pod, the alarms, the rigs, the rods, the reels, literally everything. We're going to cover everything, including the car, which might surprise you. I think most people, when they go to France, they think, oh, I need a big van, or no, literally I'm going to take enough gear for 2 people for 1 week, and it's all going to go in a Vauxhall Insignia. That is the plan. I do have a roof box, but I mean, I don't see the need to take loads and loads with me. I'm going to France, I'm not going to the moon, so there is angling shops and tackle shops over there. It's not like you're going to a completely, you know, secluded place where there's nothing around. So if I do find I haven't got anything or I can't fit something in, I can always buy it over there, no big deal. But yeah, I mean, make sure you check out the other videos, there's going to be plenty more tips, and also the main event, actually getting there and fishing for the week. So stay tuned and make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video.